of Carvalho, Messi. There's one for Loren Moron. Lenglet shadowing him. Alba helping out, but he wins the throw.
It's funny, isn't it? La Liga brings you every type of experience, Simon. You call this a Colosseum, and it is, and sometimes it's capable of giving you the most extraordinary spine-tingling atmospheres. But if this game was being played down at the Benito Villamarin, the noise, the passion, the flags,
play on, and the advantage was clear. And Messi showing majestic footwork there.
You put your finger on why Barcelona have played 27 matches in La Liga under Mateo Laos and never lost, because they know he's permissive. They know that his absolute maxim, apart from a degree of fame, is to let play flow. It's his key characteristic, and they learned that within a game or two of working under him 27 matches ago, and they play to that. They always stay alert, and that's why it's such a positive for them when Mateo Laos is refereeing a Barca game.
There's Junior Firpo. Now Lo Celso. Back to Carvalho. Mandy. Guardado. Patient build-up. Bartra finding Joaquin. Lo Celso. Joaquin again. Back to Sydney. And Bartra. And again, it's this patient build-up, and they're getting plenty of men in midfield, and they're quite happy to be patient and to build up slowly, and if they can't see a way forward, they'll go back and start again. Busquets. Ter Stegen finding Lenglet. Gives it away to Mandy. Teo. All the way back, and Luis Suarez looking frustrated there.
You know, one of the things that fascinated me wasn't simply the nice human story of Malcolm having earned the trust of his coach. It was how he coped with today, because it's 4-3-3 for Barcelona with the ball, but it has to be 4-4-2 without the ball, because Betis gets so many men, a basic 5, sometimes 6 or even 7 in midfield. You could be outnumbered. The Cruyff wasn't released.
We just saw in the prior move Barca's high line of pressing, and it was Loren Moron on the ball. He won the goal kick in the end, but he found himself trapped in that corner section of the park. Arthur. Here's Rakitic. Sergio Roberto to Busquets. Finds Messi with ease. Messi caught by Marc Bartra. Continue the play by Suarez. He leaves it for Messi. Messi to Suarez. Still Suarez. Just couldn't find a way to get the cut back. But it will be a corner for Football Club Barcelona.
Don't know whether it was involuntary or intentional.
Or not.
It looked as if it certainly should be. I'm as surprised as Suarez, although I have less influence on the matter. Well, at least whether this ends up as a bye kick or a corner kick, we're going to look at Suarez's attempt to win the corner kick here. I didn't think the last touch was off him as it comes up. Now, well, it's a 50-50. As an official, you can call that either way, so fair enough. But it was interesting that as Messi made ground, whether it was involuntary or not, Malcolm took a run away to the right that allowed space for Suarez to appear. If he did it instinctively or if he did it purposely, it was good news for Barca.
And here's that moment when Lo Celso's ball in, releases Joaquin, and good work from Marc-Andre Ter Stegen.
He knows just what you said was right. He knows that he's arriving, he's not going to get there. So what he does is octopus style. He makes those big fluorescent orange arms as wide as possible to try and put the striker off.
Rakitic, another former Sevilla man. Gerard Piqué back to Ter Stegen.
Testimony to the pressing. Each side is respectively 66 for the away side and something like 74 for the home side in accuracy of passing. That's way down for both of them, significantly down.
Pau plays it out, finds Guardado on the edge of his own area. Guardado in turn looking for Loren Moron. Teo back to Carvalho. just too firm for Lo Celso. Sydney to continue things. Junior Firpo hanging back as the centre-back returns it to him. Carvalho. Moron. Brought down from behind by Clement Lenglet.
Yeah, platform presumably for Joaquin. Barcelona, their area of vulnerability has tended to come from open play, but it doesn't mean to say that properly flighted in here there shouldn't be an opportunity.
As always, the Camp Nou with the minutes cheering from 17 minutes 14 seconds on. Ter Stegen organising the wall.
We went over this on La Liga, Viva La Liga on Tuesday. He had a dodgy game with possession away to Rayo Vallecano, and Barca escaped that 3-2 win. Time for him to vindicate himself.
Joaquin. Very nearly finding the head of Bartra, but instead he found the head of Sergi Roberto. Rakitic to play the ball out. Picks out Malcolm inside to Suarez, first time. Now Jordi Alba. Plenty of blue and red shirts. Malcolm. And in the end it's put out for a corner by Junior Firpo, but it was not a bad idea, the cross.
But I also don't want to, without getting in any way carried away, the fact is that in the build-up there, when the ball reaches Malcolm in the break, his first instinct is a soft cushion first-time pass into Suarez, and then he drives away to try and stretch the already overstretched Betis defence. Just good choices, decent crosses you say, but his mentality, like Artur on the ball, seems to be adequate for the old Barca style.
Leo Messi with the corner. Just about get it away. Joaquin on the near post. It's collected by Guardado. Being harried by Busquets. He does well to find Carvalho. Moron gets away from Sergio Roberto. Carvalho. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Firpo needs some support here, or does he? Tries the shot. 1-0 Junior Firpo puts Betis ahead. 19 minutes on the clock. It didn't look as though Firpo was going to get through there. I thought he was going to be waiting for some support. He decided to take it on his own. Angle the shot. Perhaps slightly unsighted Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Certainly wrong-footed. It's 1-0 to Betis. The Dominican wing-back gets the opener. Lovely ball from Carvalho.
It's 2 in 2 games for this defender come winger. Each scored off a different foot. It's a nice right foot finish. He scored off his left against Celta de Vigo. Sergio Roberto is thrown by the movement. It's smart by Junior, but you've nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. There are 2 first-time passes by Carvalho. The Portuguese, who I have to say has looked cumbersome since he arrived. His interception, his robbing of the ball, his stats look really good. His use of the ball, his positioning, his actual physical athleticism for getting around in small spaces hasn't looked right. Those were 2 wonderful, delicate, sort of soft, you know, around the net, if it was Wimbledon, drop shots. Absolutely lovely little balls, and the cutting ball that ripped open Barca, gorgeous.
It's the risk you take with your defence so high up the park. And it's Junior Firpo who took advantage. Betis 1-0 up. Leo Messi, first time ball for Rakitic to chase. Brilliantly defended by Marc Bartra. Will be a throw to Barcelona. Bartra disagreeing.
Another little instance, Rakitic knew that shoulder to shoulder would be permissible for Mateo Loaz. It's in the rule book. Some referees would have called that foul. Rakitic was smart. Barca know this referee.
Messi to Arthur, back to Lenglet. Busquets to Gerard Piqué. Sergio Roberto, lovely 1-2 with Rakitic, got the better of Firpo. The ball was bouncing and Sergio Roberto unable to make the contact he wanted on the cross. Carvalho dispossessed by Rakitic. Firpo looking to link with Joaquin.
Absolutely fabulous in the San Siro in what should have been a 1-0 win, was a 1-1 draw against Inter. Inter at a very high level, Barca higher, but we can't forget what happened the preceding game against Rayo Vallecano, when you and I watched Rayo do what Betis are doing at the moment. Be calm, outpass them, outthink them, use spaces, run into spaces. That's what Setien has understood, that gives him an opportunity to play like this and hope for a win. Although, I don't know about you, but what I saw in his and assistant's face was not just joy but surprise as that lovely goal went in from Junior.
Christian Teo. Well, that's another nice ball. Joaquin get onto it. He gets away from Alva's sliding challenge. Firpo's free. Joaquin's aware of that. Oh, what control from Firpo. It falls to Moron. Tries a shot. Unable to surprise Marc-Andre ter Stegen this time. That was an awkward ball to deal with from Junior Firpo. He did brilliantly to bring it down. Just couldn't quite get the shot off. Joaquin showing a little burst of pace over 10 yards there. Perhaps a bit fortunate the way it bounced off his chest, having seen it again. And Moron will be pleased. At least the shot is on target. Marc-Andre ter Stegen having to think and work. Barca lose it again. Carvalho, Lo Celso picks out Firpo once more. Carvalho having a huge influence on this game in the first spell of 20-odd minutes. Guardado frustrated at being unable to link with Christian Teo there, throw into Barcelona.
It's always interesting to think whether the chances that Betis are creating, the fact that they've got this goal and are 1-0 up, pertains to tactics, to Barcelona's positional sense not being good. It feels to me as if a little mistake by Alba, a little bit mistake by Roberto has allowed, plus the slip by Piqué, has allowed Betis to get the bit between their teeth, to feel confident, to get their momentum up. They're doing the right things, but I don't really feel it's as if Barcelona have been awful as a team or completely off the pace. One side has been surer, quicker, and a little bit more fortunate in the one-to-one battles so far.
It's a throw to Betis, one after that crunching challenge by Piqué on Loren Moron. Joaquin, a risky one. It's picked out by Busquets, who finds Messi. Messi gets away from Guardado, and finally he's brought back. That will be a yellow card for the Mexican. He knows it. That's one way of stopping Messi.
And well judged by Mateo, because again, like you pointed out about 6-7 minutes ago, he gives the maximum amount of liberty until there is absolutely no way that you don't stop the play. And then to say, I won't have you as a team doing that again, as we look at the heavily castigated Ousmane Dembele, left out because, as you pointed out briefly before the free kick's taken, he simply didn't turn up and wasn't located for Thursday's training. It's unacceptable and he's been punished.
He said gastroenteritis, and that's an expression that tends to come between inverted commas, isn't it? It's going to be Leo Messi to take the free kick. Chips it in, and what a save from Pau Lopez.
Fabulous.
Absolutely remarkable, the save from the former Espanyol keeper. Clement Lenglet lamenting it because he did well to stretch and get the volley on target. And Pau seemed wrong-footed, was able to respond and palm it away over the bar. The kick, corner kick driven in low. Joaquin brought down in the box by Busquets, free kick to Betis.
That match that will live long in the nightmares of Lenglet. He actually scored against his then city rivals Betis in that 3-5 defeat. Pau made a save relatively similar to this against Celta Vigo last week. He played absolutely fabulously, which accounts partly why I guess the Spanish national team coach Luis Enrique is here, because he's part of the squad. He's
did really well to get that volley on target, I thought, Clement Lenglet.
He's improved, he's changed, he's matured, he's got used to the system while Umtiti's been out. Sad for Umtiti.
Sada je novi napad Barcelone i faul nad Serhijom. I stvarno jeste bio faul. Da se ne lažemo, znači baš se to vidi. Barcelona u 26. minut gubi 1-0 od Betisa. Nevjerovatno. Sad će izvesti slobodan udarac. Messi. To je neka razdaljena prilike oko nekih 25-6 metara, prostite, ali vidjet ćemo. Malo je daleko, ali za Messija ništa nije nemoguće. Šutira i ništa preko živog, ali lopta za golmana. I evo sad kontranapad za Real Betis. Dobra lopta ubačena u prostor, ali loptu izbija odbrbeni igrač Barcelone.
it away. Here's Guardado for Betis. Carvalho. Mandy picks out Firpo. Guardado. Mandy. Flick on by Carvalho, and Loren Moron's idea was to try and link with
Barcelona stvarno kreće da prijeti, ali to su akcije jako bezuspješne, tako da Real Betis se drži baš vrhunski dobro. Čak i lijepo da daju loptu, nevjerovatno. Guardado. I pogriješili su igrači Real Betisa, lopta je izašla van u aut. Oni su jednostavno dali taj gol i to je to, oni se drže svoje igre, koliko će oni uspjeti da izguraju, to je jako upitna stvar. Ali evo idu dalje u napad, 1-1, ali nije moglo. 29. minut, rezultat 0-1, Barcelona, Real Betis. Barcelona pokušava, ali opet srednji dio, odnosno vezni dio Real Betisa se dobro drži i prekida sve te napade. I pokušavaju na kontranapade, me to uspijevaju. Joaquin je tu ispred Pikea kod korner zastavice i iznudio je aut. Dobar aut.
Running out of pitch to play with, he wins the corner, it came off Mandy. Alba has a little look at the referee.
I've seen enough to say that I'd like to change my tune. I think that 3 up front with Malcolm trying to work back isn't working. You look at the collision there. I understand when Mateo Lahoz is ignored. It looked accidental.
Stvarno Barcelona igrači se jako trude, ali jako težak posao.
Wins it. It's cleared by Carvalho. Appeals from the fans more than the players about dangerous players. Loren Moron starts the counter. Lo Celso. Carvalho. Junior quick to find Mandy. Mandy still. Carvalho. Lo Celso returning it to Mandy, now Teo. And Mandy all the way back to Pau Lopez, who in turn finds Sydney. Loren holding that one up superbly, finds Junior Firpo. Sydney, there's a chase for Mandy, but he'll get there. Carvalho.
Fabulous possession by Betis.